This was the jam that got me eliminated. You tell me why. Okay, but I'll tell you why I got eliminated though, just now. There are times when I look above and beyond. There are times when I feel your love around me, baby. I'll never forget my baby. Ding, 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 there are times when I look above and beyond. There are times when I feel your love around me, baby. I'll never forget my baby. Feel that I don't belong. Draw my strength from the words when you said, hey, it's about you, baby. Look deeper inside you, baby. Dream about us together again. When I want us together again, baby, I know we'll be together again. 'Cause everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know they were there, smiling back at me, dancing in the moonlight. I know you are free, 'cause I can see your star shining down on me. Good times we'll share again. Yeah, the reggae, ooh, that makes me wanna dance again. Ooh, say it loud and proud. All my love's for you, always been a true angel to me. Now above, I can't wait for you to wrap your wings around me, baby. Wrap them around me, baby. Sometimes here's whispering, no more pain, no worries will you ever see. Now, baby, I'm so happy for my baby. See, my baby, I'm so happy for my baby. For my baby, I dream about us together again. When I want us together again, baby, I know we'll be together again. 'Cause everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, smiling back at me, dancing in the moonlight. I know you are free, 'cause I can see your star shining down on me. Good times we'll share again. Good times we'll share again. That makes me wanna dance. I say it loud and proud. All my love's for you. There are times when I look above and beyond. There are times when I feel your smile upon me, baby. I'll never forget my baby. Woo! What I'll give just to hold you close, as on earth, in heaven we will be together, baby. Together again, my baby. Damn, my baby. Everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, smiling back at me, dancing in the moonlight. I know you are free, 'cause I can feel your star shining down on me. Yeah, that's the song. Yeah, I killed it. Yeah, I think I killed it. Anyway, the teachers told me, the judges, they were judges at that particular juncture, they told me that, okay, I'll tell you why I lost, why I was eliminated. I danced a lot. I wanted to show my dance skills, because I had watched so much pop stars, I had watched so much idols, that I saw that contestants that can both sing and dance go to the next round. So I danced without teaching myself how to breathe. So the whole time when I was singing, I was like, there are times when I look above and beyond. There are times when I see your love around me, baby. I'll never forget my baby. And my teachers were like, you breathe too much, you dance too much. And so we couldn't hear the song. We couldn't hear the music. And I was like, oh, I should have sung a slow song, like a ballad, like something that would make people sway left and right. Then I might have made it to the third round. So I was like subjugated to the tyranny of watching everybody else move from round 3 to 4 to 5 to winner takes all. And so I developed like a strong jealousy again. She knows now. Before then, she was just little Roxanne. Like, she used to go to my aftercare, Roxanne. That's how I knew her from primary school. She was in my aftercare. She was just a kid that was 1 grade younger than me, and she also came to my high school. Beautiful colored girl with these green eyes. Yeah, Roxanne was Ravaza. Yo, she Ravaza. Everybody, when she walked back, she got a standing ovation that day. Ubinile, not that kind of girl. Yeah. Anastasia, and I wasn't even that big as a fan of the song, but after Roxanne sang it, I went home and I kept on practicing using that song because she killed it. Like Wawudra voice of Anastasia is so deep and so jazzy. It's got like that Christina Aguilera thing. That chick was like that. She was on that Christina tip and she kicked everybody in the behind that day, and she won. So congrats girl, congrats. I am not jealous anymore though. But I was. Yo, I was so envious. This was Roxanne. She sounded like Anastasia. She was like, all the time that we spend together, I won't fuss, I won't fight, trying to make you mine. Yo, Roxanne, you know I'm not that kind. Ooh. Come on. I said I'd love you till 12, never. But I won't run far ahead, leaving you behind. Una vida de leave me. You know I'm not that kind. Una vida jalo. No, I'm not that kind of girl. And it's not my kind of world. No, it's not for me. Not where I wanna be. Yo, help me out, tell me what you're thinking. If I run, or slow me down, if you take your time. You know I'm not that kind. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, anyway, that was Roxanne's song. Yeah, she kicked everybody like everywhere. She slapped us, she scratched us, she wrestled us in the ground, she put us in an oven, cooked us, took us out, ate us, and then vomited us. She killed us, all of us. So everybody that went to the next round and the next round, it was only a matter of time before Roxanne mowed them to the ground with a steamroller. She won the competition. But the point I'm trying to make with that that competition at school, it wasn't grade 8 because Roxanne was 1 grade younger than me, so I think it was grade 10 or 11, and Roxanne was in grade 10, yeah, or 9. Yeah, no, it was definitely grade 11, or no, it was definitely grade 11. I think it was grade 11. It was grade 11. It was grade 11. Yeah, it was grade 11, and Roxanne was in grade 10, and she won the competition, and I got booted out in the second round. And ever since then, I went and I grabbed what would be the tantamount of my singing life. My love of lyricality was open like this because I made it past the first round. Yeah. And then it was like, do you want to know why I even closed it? It's because I had been to so many auditions for choirs when I was in primary school. My primary school, Winchester Ridge Primary, was such a good choir that they used to sing with Drakensberg Boys Primary School. Like Drakensberg Boys, they also had a high school and a primary school that was mixed. And our primary school was so good that we used to compete not only with Drakensberg Boys, but also collaborate with them. The Drakensberg Boys choir back then was well known for really killing it. I don't know if they're still well known today, but they were like quite famous in the country. Like, as in they were celebrities. They were like a little choir of boys that was almost like joyous celebration in the country. They were really, really famous. And so my primary school, them being able to collaborate with Drakensberg Boys was basically displaying that we were up there with the rest of them. The choir in my primary school was so serious. I'd never seen anything like it. Like, I'd seen choirs before, but not like this. They used to travel. You know what the choir Yako was like? It was similar to the choir Yako Sister Act, and I was really actually inspired by Sister Act to even want to be part of the choirs, right? I will follow him wherever he may go. Ooh, there isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep him away. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yes, I love him. I'm gonna follow true love. He'll always be my true love, forever, from now until forever. I follow him, I follow. Ooh, no emotion, no devotion. There is nothing that can keep me away. I used to be like practicing in my primary school with Sister Act. People coming in, people coming out. Why? Because of the color of the skin. Run, but you sure can't hide. I used to love Sister Act. If you wanna be somebody and you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. I used to love Sister Act like, ain't no, but like it was coming out of my nose, my ears. We had a cassette of it, because DVDs were not around yet. And we would run this cassette every weekend. I used to love Sister Act. Why do I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why, when my heart feels lonely, da boom da beda hoodie boo. Don't know the lyrics. When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is he. His eye is on the sparrow. That's how I know that he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow. That's how I know that he watches me. I used to love Sister Act and all the music in there. I strove to memorize it, but I got punctured. I had like a hole in my balloon and my bubble was burst when, upon arriving at Winchester Ridge Primary School, which was a musical school. They had such a strong choir that I was like, hey, I get to be like Lauryn Hill and Sister Act and go on the road and travel with a choir and out here kill it. Do you understand? When I came to standard 3, grade 5, I had a friend that was in the choir and she had so much fun. She was basically living the life of Lauryn Hill in Sister Act. And I was like, I want that. At Mayfair Convent, we didn't have a very strong children's choir. We just had a choir like, as the deer pants for the water, so my soul longs after you. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit heal. You alone are the real joy giver and the apple of my eye. We did that show, Yeah, we done sung those hymns, There was artistry, but not quite at the level of Winchester Ridge Primary. Okay, all I remember when I was in primary school in Mayfair Convent is that we did a skit based on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and we could choose any poem in the book to basically act out, and it was really fun. And there was this one class that did a poem on Augustus Gloop, and I wished I was part of them because they were so much more animated and they won. Like, Augustus Gloop, you great big greedy nincompoop. I wanted the Augustus Gloop poem, I didn't get it. But there was nothing that ever really challenged my vocal talents, like at all. Like the way that I was promised to essentially gain all this, go Winchester Ridge Primary. And I thought that I could join the choir because one time I was singing in front of my cousin, right? The one that was my very, very best friend during a school holiday, and we're chilling out here competing. We used to like acting like Ricochet Road to Fame or whatever. I was the one that could sing. I don't know why she insisted on being Beyonce and I was always Kelly. Anyway, whatever. I was the only one there that actually had pipes. She didn't, but Nale Bully. However, as kids, she was good people's. Okay, that's why she was my best friend. Yeah, and one time when we were, remember Lebo Matosa? There is a song back in the day called Sokola Sohle Rotle, Sokola Rotle, Sokola Rotle. Yeah, she collaborated with some other artist. Okay, And I don't know if this was primary school or high school or whatever. And maybe that's why I actually entered the competition when I was in high school, right? But I used to think I could sing, and then I got over it, and then I reignited, because when Lebo Matosa released that track with that artist, I sang to my cousin one time, right? Ang Chagetse, that part, Ele, and I was like, the you be you. No, it was definitely primary school. It was definitely, that's what made me want to join the choir. I was like, they UBUs, they own cars, making them their homes. Oh, seo, que se coloto, oh, resoco la rotle, socolocoloco, resoco la rotle, hey, resoco la rotle, resoco la rotle, socolocoloco. Oh, my cousin was like, you can sing like Lebo Matosa. And on that day, I was like, really? Really? Purely because I'm moving into that portion. The UBUs, they own cars, making them their homes. Ooh, seo, que se coloto. Oh, resoco la rotle. Socolocoloco, resoco la rotle. Hey, resoco la rotle. Hey, resoco la rotle. My cousin ballad, and she validated me. And so I was like, I'm joining the choir of the primary school. I'm doing it because my cousin think I'm Lebo Matosa. I'm killing it, it's obvious, huh? They just gonna take me. I'm going to release my pipe and my teacher's going to just love me. My homeroom teacher in grade 7, Mrs. Bierkus, was also the music teacher, the one that sent everybody to Johannesburg, and she would make everybody sing and everything. Doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of a golden sun, me, a name, I call myself, far along the way to run. So, na 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 na, do re mi fa sol la la, a note to follow, sa, tea, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to dough. Oh, dough. A deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far along the way to run. So, na 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 na, la, a note to follow, salty, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to dough. Oh, dough. And yeah, she made us repeat that a minute, like pretty much all throughout music class, and I felt like I was part of something, you know what I mean? But Mrs. Bierkus kept rejecting me, like literally grade 8, grade 9, not grade 8, but grade 5 and grade 6. I was like, sugar. So I didn't even audition in grade 7. But I enjoyed music class. That will bring us back to dough. Oh, dough. A deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, along the way to run. Tea, a drink with jam and bread of do re mi fa sol la ti do. Yeah, I wanted to join the choir. And when I was in standard 3, grade 5, there was this like chick that was like so ethereal. She looked so princessy. She looked like a Disney character, and she was singing some very ethereal song that I so loved, and she performed in front of the school because she had won after coming back from Johannesburg Boys. And this song, it captivated me so much that I was like, I'm gonna join the choir. She was in standard 5, otherwise known as grade 7, when I was in standard 3, otherwise known as grade 5. So I looked up to her, and my teacher was like, Gavel, no. Yeah, kanjani, Mrs. Bierkus, what I ever do to you? Don't you see I can sing that you pay yours, they own cars? But I guess that wasn't her kind of flavor. She kept rejecting me. And all these other boys, my friend was still in the choir all the way to standard, not matric, but to grade 7. Some like basically they were a whole year, and then okay. Yes, me guys, when your talent gets cultivated when you're still young, you end up even in the entertainment industry. One of the guys that was in the choir was all up in acting on Rhythm City and whatnot. He was in the music industry. He released a Kwaito song. Yeah, when they cultivate your talent, you become a star. My primary school, this chick, the one that was like singing that song, she was singing some like ethereal song. I can't even tell you. She was singing some song, I think in Latin. Like I don't know what language that was, but it was so ethereal. It was so captivating, and I was inspired by that. And my teacher was like, buzz every time. So me, I thought I couldn't sing. I let it go. I was like, I have no pipe, but you will discover that, like, for instance, my school produces, Gangs of Instrumental, high school. She was from my high school. One day in the bathroom, Koskolo, she actually be singing us when Titanic was all new. Every night in my dream, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you go on. Near, far, wherever you are. Yo, that chick, it was break. We are supposed to be eating like burger and my kipi, alright? Just kind of killing it, enjoying ourselves, being leisurely. We spent break in the girls' bathroom. I don't know why she insisted on being in the girls' bathroom. She was at that stage in grade 11 and I was, I think, in grade 8. She was older than me. She was older than us. This chick was actually serenading the whole girls' bathroom. And it is no wonder then 2-3 years after matric, she's actually killing it with Gangs of Instrumental. Yeah, she became part of like a very successful band in this country that like it was just like I can't really call it white, I don't know what they were saying, but they were really, really good at what they did. I was like, I can expect it after all. Every night in your dream, you are seeing it, you are feeling it. In the school bathroom, to all of us, you were near and far, so of course now you are far. It was understandable. Another one, Howard Mosese, drama. When I was in grade 11, I was always just a backing actor, not a backing actor, even landing, like on the side, like just the outskirts. Nakona, anybody that wants to join, you can join. If you leave, you leave, whatever. There was a show in the school that the rest of us little fringes of society that are on the outliers, on the outskirts, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what's key. They were like, come if you want. We didn't even have to audition. That was the only time I made it into a drama play. It was a musical where everybody's welcome. It was diversity, equity, and inclusion. It was a DEI hire. They were like, if you can talk, come and join, because they knew that they could muffle us voice out through each other if we can't sing. So I didn't even have to audition, and I didn't feel any kind of special. But the people who were lead characters, one of them was Howard Mosese. If I could dream, I'm riding on a star. If I could dream that I am going far. He had a vibe. If I am Fred Astaire, dancing to please. Sometimes I'm Elvis. He could sing. That's what Howard did. He was a lead character in that show. And so it makes sense that later on he joined the boy band with Karabo. It wasn't Karabo. Well, no, he did. He was with Karabo, the one that's married to Gail, and then Howard, and then some other dude, and they had this like powy, very impactful boy band that they actually killed it with because they were part of the entertainment industry. When you cultivate the talent of a kid and you say you can sing, they start out as Fred Astaire on a school stage, and the next thing they're killing it out here, making it a career. Do you understand? And that's what happened. Loiso as well became like a quite the musician in this country, and it was no surprise to me because he was also a drama. He was dramatic. He was always in drama and like acting, jumping up and down on stage. And then after school, he was in the entertainment industry. It was cultivated and it was validated, and then he was good later on. I don't know what they're doing today. Or I think Howard is still in the entertainment industry, but Loiso, maybe he was intelligent too. He was smart. He was an academic, so he probably he did become accounting at Viz. I don't know if he dropped out or what. So he's probably like a whole academic today. He's probably a professional today, type establishment thing. Yeah, but he was our deputy head boy. So yeah, that's how he was smart. Yeah, type thing. He was in my sister's grade, type establishment thing. So it wasn't just all fluff and music. Mama, I can't do medicine because I'm dumb, so I'm gonna sing. He could have done it all, and indeed I believe he probably did. Type establishment thing. That was Loiso and Howard and Vidumelo, and yeah, quite a few people came out of my school actually with some talents, but I can see how that happened. With me, however, I was on the fringes. Like, I work hard every day to make them beer, and all we said was and then the lead actress lady would say, the lead actress lady would be like, wake up early in the morning to make that beer, that African beer. Where man lamin, everybody. We would be like, where man lamin, like in the audience. And then one with pata pata ya miri makeba sakukuga satibega nansi pata pata. We got to just go on the stage and do the pata pata and be like, ay yo mama Nancy pata, ay yo mama Nancy pa. That's all we did. But ain't nobody gonna remember Karabo. Nobody's gonna remember the chick on the Outliers. If you're absent for practice, ain't nobody gonna care. Yeah, I was always that girl. But the world refused me access. My teacher in primary school would not let me be part of the choir. And then in high school, I was only able to be part of one drama play because it was a diversity, equity, and inclusion drama play where for the backing vocals on the left and on the right of the stage, anyone can come even if you can't sing. And so I was part of it. And I wrote it out to the very end, and I got to see everybody else be Elvis and Fred Astaire. And I'm glad to a certain extent, because if at all my creative talents, my musicality, and my thespian gifts were cultivated in school, I would have ended up in the wrong industry for someone that would need to give their life to Christ later on. So God did that for good purpose. Where it was necessary, He quickly, very early, in rudimentary stages, got me to learn that this is me. He helped me find out when I was still in primary school that I'm smart. So once I got to high school, grade 9, I started to apply myself and I started to become academically achieving. And then when it came to writing and talking, that was first year varsity. And then, no, not writing and talking. Writing, it was first year varsity. And then talking, it was early career. And creativity, it would also be somewhere in the middle of my career. And however, by the time I had established a career, I was not interested in entertainment. I was not interested in being a thespian, an actress, a singer, nothing. And then only once I'm like a suit in corporate South Africa, I ought to be getting people telling me, do you perhaps do singing on the side? Do you have it as a gig? Are you performing in a bar that we don't know about? When can we come see your act? I was like, no, I don't. I do it a lot in the mirror, in front of the mirror. But the hopes and the dreams were always there. The desires were always there. The basically yearning was always there. I was, however, severely rebuffed. I'm finally getting to my point. The point I'm getting at right now is that if at all a person perpetually rebuffs you, if they snuff you, if they hollow you and note you, even in something that you have a longing for, a desire for, that also, listen to this, my cousin was like, oh, you sing like Lebu Matosa. My cousin validated me in primary school. I got snuffed out. I got snuffed out in grade 8. I tried to enter choirs, however. I got snuffed out in primary school when I tried to enter the choir in a primary school that was very musical and would have made me like Lauryn Hill on the road with that sister act crew. I could not achieve that dream. When I got to high school, I refused to audition because I was auditioning, literally, the remainder of my primary school. And they were like, no, sorry, come back next year when you've drunk more chamomile tea. Just the heartbreak of all that disappointment, because validation is important to me. I refused. I had a friend, however, in grade 8 that was like, I can sing, and I'm gonna join the choir. And we were like, yeah, girl, you go, man. And then she went to the audition, and ever since then, she never spoke about singing again. She was rejected, and this chick could sing, but she was literally mum all throughout high school. And in grade, is it 11 or 10? When that act, that Pata Pata one with Howard Mosese, when we were there in grade 11, she was with me in the Outliers. She was with me. She was the one friend, one of my closest friends in school. She was the only one that joined this little choir. We actually entered a pact, and we were like, what is this? We entered into a pact and said that I'll join this singing competition, not singing competition, but this drama act, if you will join it, because we both had a creative bone in us and we both loved singing, but we were both disappointed at certain times in our lives, and this was a diversity, equity, and inclusion recruit. So we were like, let's something. So the two of us were always sitting next to each other. Nancy Pata Pata Umkombochi backing vocals. And that was how we got to satiate and feed our hunger for show business. She was disappointed in grade 8 and never spoke about it again. Even the Pop Stars competition that happened, I believe, in grade 10, now that I'm thinking about it. The Pop Stars competition that happened in grade 10, was it grade 10 or grade 11? Listen, I can't remember. Okay, that one, happened after Nancy Pata Pata, right? So it makes me think, or maybe it was even matric, I don't know. I stand corrected, but that pop stars competition, my friend did not enter. She didn't enter, and she will always believe she could sing. She always loved singing, but ever since grade 8, when she got rejected for the choir, Sir John, what I hear concerning musicality, that is what happens when you don't cultivate the gift of a child. She could sing, but she was rejected, and so because she was rejected, she didn't even dare come close to pop stars. Oh honey. She did not want to have to deal with the teacher being like, no, your voice is kind of flat, no this, no that. And by matric, she probably had even improved her skill 4 years down the line. But no, she was like, it wasn't matric. That maybe it was matric, I don't know, grade 11, but it was advanced years. Howard was 1 year above us, so I don't remember Howard being part of that pop stars competition. So maybe it did happen in matric, I don't know, right? But yeah, this chick, this friend of mine, like was crushed, like irreparably. She was irreparably crushed, and all that she gave herself comfort with was being a side chick, a side piece on the sides of the stage during some musical. Yeah, that's what was good. And not for me. I'm glad that that's a thing. But even when you can do something, so here it is that I could sing. My cousin validates me. My teacher in primary school says no. I then get to high school, I don't audition, but then in grade 11 I get given bravado, okay, or matric, whatever, to audition, because I don't know what, fever pop stars or idols. I audition, I move past the first round, and then I don't make it past the second round. Because I didn't make it past the second round, give it to guys almost singing all together. I did not make it a very serious thing. I did not even try. There was this one girl in my school that was always, also in my primary school, she was also my friend in primary school, but in high school we sort of kind of grew apart. She was very focused on her singing and whatnot. I think she tried to become professional later on in life, but it didn't. She didn't catch. Cause only busy go TB Joshua. Anyway, if she had not sat go TB Joshua and been duped as one of TB Joshua's randos, she might have been like Howard Mosese, or even never mind Howard, but we do met, right? She might have actually crafted for herself y'all know the word I'm looking for, man, a career in the entertainment industry, but she didn't, because shortly after high school there's TB Joshua, like, yeah, that whole scandal, she was being interviewed in it type setup thing. This chick could sing, and she was in my primary school, and she was in my primary and in my high school, and I got to Winchester Ridge Primary in grade 5, standard 3. She came in standard 4, which is grade 6, and I had auditioned for the choir in standard 3, grade 5, and standard 4, grade 6, and rejected. This chick rocks up in grade 6 and auditions, and she's flying all over the show making like Sister Act. I was like, yo girl, you can't sing. So she basically put me in my place, not so much because she actually made an effort to put me in my place. She didn't actually put me in my place by like being mean or some don't join, but she basically, because she did not have to try so many times, I realized that my talent is not at her level, and I'm not about to be there. So I basically lived vicariously through my two friends who were in the choir, always traveling to Drakensberg, always traveling far away in choirs, the choir Yaskolo, winning accolades, coming home, celebrating. Like, it was such an overachiever, the choir in my primary school. So I lived vicariously through my two girls, and I could not be what they were. I could not be in the choir like them because I could not sing like them. So I let it go. And then in high school, she was still very busy. And in that Mkomboti, the person who was singing, I work hard every day to make them be, was her. In that, is it matric or grade 11 musical production? She was Yvonne Chakachak. She was a lead character right next to Howard Mosese and everybody. And it made sense that she would make lead because, I mean, she was immediately just scooped up when she was in grade 6 new. She was immediately scooped up by this very prolific choir, primary school choir, and I was not there. So now I was like, "Ay, Karabo, dula mo fatshe nje fela and o shape 4, girl, shapa 4, o tlogele bana ba batho ba bine, let other children alone, let them jump up and down because they can actually skip rope. You on the other hand, o tripega mona ha ho tlo ba right, let it go." I let it go, and I lived vicariously through my friends. This chick wasn't necessarily my friend in high school. We were not at enmity with each other either. We just grew apart because we were in different grades doing different subjects. But I was like, look at her go, she's a star now. Well, more or less for primary school standards. But then an evil wannabe man of God derailed her. Anyway, whatever. Cool beans and bananas. But what I'm trying to help you understand is that when you cultivate the talent of a person, they grow in it. But when you don't, when you snuff them, when you rebuke them, rebuff them, when you tell them no, you're not good at something that you actually are good at, if you don't keep on probing it and poking away at it, you will lose it. I followed my voice. I found the voice you think you gave to me. You know how Beyonce says that in that Listen song? She says, I found the voice you think you gave to me. Essentially, she's saying in those lyrics that you think you've helped me find my talent, but I've always had this talent. It is imperative for people to get to that place of realizing who they are, because the world is nasty. Not everybody has a teacher that's going to discover them as a little progeny for the piano. Not progeny, but protege. Progeny is an offspring. Not everybody has got a mom or a dad that's going to sing praises to them until they burgeon into this big tree, having started out as just a mere seed. Okay? Not everybody is going to help you grow. It's what I'm getting at. And most people, unfortunately, on the planet have things that God has banked in them that are not watered by human beings. They are not cultivated or nourished by people. And so therefore they lie dormant. Hence the parable of the sower. Not sower, but of the talents. If you bury your talent in the ground, you will be considered a wicked and a slothful servant, and then thrown into the utter darkness, and in that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth for all of eternity. The Lord basically says, use your talents, your gifts, because I gave them to you. And the Lord is the one that when you give your life to him, will be that person to water it and cultivate it, and he will not be flaccid, fluffy, vacillating like human beings. He will not, upon you failing an audition, not pursue you again and say, come back next year. No, you have to try. Please, you are good, but you just need to train. Like there are times when I look above and beyond. When I was singing Together Again, one of my teachers, when they were busy giving me critique because I was breathing so heavy, she was like, I liked it, because she could see that I was crushed. She could see that I was devastated from being knocked out of the competition. And she went in front of the mic and she was like, but I liked it. I liked it. You know, she was trying to make me feel better, shame type setup thing. But I was done, because everybody else was like, I can't type establishment thing. To me, she was like the who's like really sweet in these competitions, like an Unati as opposed to a Randall. I was like, Aisuga, if it's not Randall or even somebody a little bit harsher, you get not as harsh. Yeah, I just figured Uti. For me, it was like, you're the nice teacher. You say everything. You're nice to everyone. Because she was that teacher. She was sweet to every kid. She was constructive. She was really nursing everybody's feelings in her commentary. However, there were teachers that were out here just giving it like it is, especially the music teacher, right? They were just giving it like it is, and it crushed me so badly. And with this woman saying, I liked it, I was like, in my heart, thank you, ma'am, but I don't care. Outwardly, I was like, thanks, ma'am, but inside I was like, but I don't care. And so I just abandoned all belief that I could sing, leave it for like go back door, come side thing, and don't even, you know, let's get just let go type establishment thing. The Lord, however, will pursue you persistently. He will keep telling you what you're good at. He will keep sending for you. He will be like that teacher that was like, but I liked it, and I was like, but I don't care. And that teacher walking out, it would be like that teacher walking out of the hall, the drama room, the hall, the auditorium. It would be like the equivalent of that teacher following you outside of the auditorium at school, and then being like, hey, I really did like it. How would you like every Saturday to come to school and us do music lessons so we can groom you for next year, that you can move past round 2 and never mind round 2, perhaps even get you all the way to winning. That is somebody that basically sees something in you, realizes that you took criticism really harshly, does not want you to drop the ball on your hopes, and so therefore pursues you until you see that she was not just making a statement to make you feel better, but that she really saw something in you. When a person keeps pushing, you are then inspired. They become your biggest cheerleader. They are inspirational to you. They are your mentor. They enable you along. They push your case along. They squeeze out the last bit out of you, like squeezing out the last bit of toothpaste out of a tube. And so that's when you flourish and you grow. That's why it's important for parents to keep encouraging and pumping kids even when they want to throw in the towel. But more than it being parents, y'all need to understand human beings are fallible, and human beings can drop the ball on you, and human beings can say when you walk out of a room, but I tried to make her stay, but she left anyway. Human beings can give up on you. God, however, will, when you give your life to him at the age of 26 and a half, say to you, you could not join the choir in primary school because of ABC. You did not win a competition in high school because of ABC, but I gave you a talent. I gave you a gift. And so where you could not sing, baby, you are going to sing now. You're going to sing for me. You are going to use your skills and your talents for me, because I'm the one that's going to keep pumping you with motivation and inspiration. So much so that I've written, I don't know how many songs, rewritten songs, using secular music and then converting them. You guys know that, right? She has found the way. She has found the way of life. She will never go astray, never go astray. Through her tests she gains a new vow, but they hope someday she'll cast him out. The rear heaven fends, it sends his might for her stranded tears. Waiting he'll arrive, he'll bind for her. Isn't she lovely at his throne? Basically, that's one of the songs that I rewrote. I was good left alone, that's the way it was, that's the way it was. But you wanted me low with the faded past, fasted me from love, split from the fool you were waiting for, left you jaded by. You still tripped off my that left me but maybe he got it twisted. Yeah, you were just another sinner with a death wish, second death for letting Satan make you savage. I try to tell you I'm covered by marriage, White House and all in a carriage, but you called my hope embarrassing. But you're sitting there regretting it. You freed me. I've rewritten quite a bit of music. What's the other song that quite a lot. I mean, they're jealous of my pain. They rip apart I'm ripped apart. They ripped apart. You get my point. Gone their own souls, they won't spare. Oh, they're jealous of my pain. And then there is figures. I gave you Christ, you died, turned fool, showed me flames, starved figures. And now I'm dying 'cause you're on a stage, saved by divine help, my pearls, saved a swine love, made the swine love that dies, begging for me just to give sin a try. Figures was willing to stay 'cause your sick need his love, but you went and packed my bags. Birth, home, you've been cruel, now you will not get me back. For the Lord has made you snooze from a message so special, message so real. Oh, countrymen, now you're stuck with your thieves. You wish you had loved me back. That's what you get for bruising the prophets. And to you, I've written music using secular music to basically share my sentiment concerning what in the world is going on. Daydreamer, sitting on a tree, soaking up the sun. He is a real shocker, and God confused their hands then God do confuse them till their hands behind their backs. Oh, they are jaw droppers with eyes that soon will melt. They make whatever their shelter, but he's there for fools and insincerely while feel not rude. Dig him. I've rewritten music. And then there's the Nicki Minaj one where I've got angst about all my sorrow. Am I just a fool, blind and stupid for loving truth? Am I just a silly girl, got stung by these thieves who think you were the one who came to defame from the start? Call her a shame, they defame your great name from the past, and now the feeble are talking. The feeble are saying that you have been burning my heart like a planned inferno. Yeah, of course I don't remember my lyrics. I'm like hopping around all over the show here and there. I also rewrote JP Accent featuring Julia Michaels, If the World Was Ending. Gonja, how does that song start? If the world was ending, you'd come over right. I show them the passion, your reaction, death on the cross, and then the earthquake happened right when Adam started sinning. That night we went sinking, wrestled against your house and lost our place among the living. It's been 2,000 years now, been delivered to drown, letting them die slow without it ripping their souls out. But I know they know through fools. They're so distracted, and it's tragic, shrugging off even when these earthquakes flatten right when, even when we start, and then anyway, I rewrote If the World Was Ending as well. I can't remember my lyrics. I even rewrote Beyonce's 1+1. If Christ faints, I'm nothing, but I have truth If Christ faints, then all things are as good as damned. But he's risen, that's proof. I don't know much about but the one whose iron fist rules, his seed is true. And that's all we'll have when this world is through. But lately we ain't got nothing but his love. The struggling fools, God rebuff all your broken trust. Ooh. Yeah, anyway, I've rewritten quite a lot of music because God pursued me in that craft. It was gonna rot. It was gonna go in, seeing as I was a suit in corporate South Africa, it was gonna just fly like a bird, walk out the room, it was just gonna walk out, and I was gonna get to the end of my life, and God was gonna tell me, depart from me, you wicked and slothful servant, I never knew you. The Lord cultivated it. He was faithful when no one else was. My cousin, who encouraged me, that fell apart because my teacher would not bring me into the choir. I got knocked out of a competition in the second round. What about a fish face, etc.? I was only left scraps on the side of a drama musical in school. Guys, I was just so besotted with music. You don't understand. Like, that's the reason why I loved drum majorates, but drummies in my school. I was part of it in grade 8, and then grade 9 it was dissolved because the teacher, the trainer, what drummies, the choreographer, she left to go and pursue other things, and the principal was just lazy because it was her nephew, it was a niece. She was lazy to hire someone else to train us in drummies. So either we had to go to another school like St. Dominic's or whatever, or accept that we don't have drummies. And it was really heartbreaking because I was like, no, Mara, we can find another tutor, but this woman was like, it's not worth it, whatever, and they crushed it. Go drummies. I loved it so much because you got to travel. We used to travel everywhere. It was very artistic, and in drummies, instead of it being musical, it was instead of it like being songy, it was certainly musical, but it was dance. Drummies for me was a form of dance. Do you understand? We used to have this section of drummies called show, and in show it was basically like a show instead of just like the military, drum majorates and whatnot. And my school won it all throughout the year, including the very last one. Not the last one. The last one, yeah, we like in Dominic's because they changed up their drummies act, their show to represent the movie Titanic, and then they won and they beat us, which was unfortunate, and we came second, but we kept on winning. We used Michael Jackson's Thriller. And they wore these costumes that looked like it had to be dark in the Wembley Stadium. It had to be completely dark inside, and show was indoors, and they were wearing these skeletons that would glow in the dark. So when they got up, it looked like zombies literally raising up from the dead. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. I used to love drummies. And in show, the school that used to come second was Edenvale High. We used to beat them all year, and they would come in second, and they used grease lightning, and I used to find their show so beautiful as well. Even though we kept on beating them, we used to win above them, and they would come number 2. And that's where I learned the whole soundtrack of the movie Grease, and I fell in love with the movie Grease because of the show display, the show performance. Yeah, the high school, yeah, Eden Glen, or the school that Edenvale, not Edenvale. Edenvale is a suburb, but the high school, Glen, the high school that my little sister that my little sister went to, used to have a really excellent drummies team. Not anymore. Eden Glen, yes, not Edenvale, Eden Glen High had such a beautiful show when I was on the come up, and they did Grease, and that's when I came across You Better Shape Up, 'cause I need a man, and my heart is set on you. You better shape up, you better understand, and my heart is set on you. What do wop, do wop. You're the one that I want, you're the one that I need, 'cause I need, oh yes indeed. And that's how I know about Sandra D. Look at me, they had a Sandra D section. It was so cute. There was this like chick that was dressed like she was wearing this over-the-top makeup with like these like literally red lipstick just on her cheeks like that, and she just had this like over-the-top like blue, like super blue, like eyeshadow and whatnot. and she would rock up and she's like, look at me, I'm Sandra D, bursting with virginity, won't go to bed till I'm lawfully wed, it's me, as Sandra D. And then they would bring another chick from behind the stage, from behind the little thing, like it was like a smoke screen, like a projector, you get my point anyway. And this chick would come wearing leather, like black leather, everything. So the replacement of this chick, and then the song would be Goodbye to Sandra D. And then they would bring in like a fake car, like they would run in from the side of the stage, bring in a fake car, and they would be like singing, you better shape up, cause I need a man, cause my heart is set on you, you better shape up, you better understand. It was so beautiful. I enjoyed their show so much. Grease, anyway, whatever. And it made me watch Grease I don't know how many times, and I fell in love with the movie because of that. I was just besotted with the whole musical thing. That was basically what it is that I was born to do, being called. I was being told what in the world I'm about. And that's why I had so much fun in that space. And when they eliminated drummies, I was just beside myself with sadness. Stuff like that came in the way of what God was doing through me, or trying to do in me, what talents he gave me. And I then focused on pretty much nothing but my academia. And I let all these other things be little interests, you know, adoration for musicals, adoration for music, singing, whatnot. It just became something that was a side, whatnot. Yeah, not even a side, just something I sort of kind of fantasized about, but it was just left at fantasy mode, left at fantasy land, until I got born again in 2011. And the Lord was like, yeah, Mike, you better shape up, cause I am using you, saint, and my heart is set on you. You better shape up, Karabo. You better understand, I am choosing you, my daughter. Ba-da-doo-bop, ba-da-doo-bop, bop-doo-bop-doo-bop. He was like, you're the one that I want, but it's you do. Woo-hoo-hoo. You're the one that I chose, but that's you do. Woo-hoo-hoo. And you're gonna walk, biddy-dee. Oh yes indeed. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And now I'm doing what it is that God called me to do. All my gifts and all my talents are poured into my ministry. It's the only place where I get to be everything that God wanted me to be. And it matters. It matters to me, and people think that a God who preserved me all these years and who gave me back the voice they thought they stole from me, and now I'm gonna find my own. I don't know where I belong, but I've been holding on to death until Christ gave me life. Ooh, now listen to Jesus. People took away my life and God gave me life. They took my life and God gave me life. The Lord gave me my ministry. He gave me my creativity in it. He, at the age of 26 and a half, was like, fine, Karabo, you used your brain because I gave it to you. You now have a good career. You used your gift of the gab. Now you have a good career. But everything else is lying dormant. And it's got a DNR on it. And if you don't resuscitate all that, I am going to reject you at the end of your life. And then as soon as I got born again, 1 year into my faith, I started a blog. People enabled me, okay? And I wrote in my blog. That was my gift of writing. And then YouTube, when I started getting persecuted, the year of persecution was 2014. In 2014, late that year, I started a YouTube channel, and it's been going pretty much since then. My YouTube channel is as old as my struggle, but I haven't been recording in it for that long. And I started to share, but you see, with an audio-visual ministry, you also can sing, gesture, be as thespian as you want to be. In my blog, I only wrote poetry and like long articles and what have you. That was my written talent expounded in my blog, and that has been put on the back burner for now, and it's problematic to Jesus because of the fact that people have just ripped me from what I'm supposed to be doing. Anyway, whatever. The ministry, however, this here, the audio visual content, the YouTube channel that I've got enables me to use the gift of the gab, my spoken talents, right next to you better shape up, cause I'm in Christ now, and my heart is set on him. What do wop, wop, do wop. He's the one that I want, he's the one that I need, and he's cool. Oh yes indeed. It enables me to sing when I want to sing. It enables me to just burst out into all the creative desires that I wanna, and it is the usage of all of